Hello everyone, I welcome you all in the lecture of IC engine fuel and lubricants. Till now we have finished 2 units, unit 1 and unit 2. Now we are going to start unit 3. The first topic of that unit 3 is carburation. So, these are the contents for this lecture. We will discuss about the carburation, mixture requirement, why we need the mixture, and third one is air fuel mixtures, carburetors, principle of carburation, working of simple carburetor, essential parts of carburetor, types of carburetor and some theory of simple carburetor. So, first we will discuss what is carburation. With the help of this diagram you can see that in case of SI engine, carburation is very common term. Carburation means preparation of fuel and air mixture, and this is not only the single criteria that we are suppose we are taking some air, we are taking some fuel and mix them and it is carburation. It is nothing just like it. Carburation means proper mixture of air fuel mixture, and that mixture formed should be according to the actual conditions of the vehicle or your stationary or variable speed engine. What are the actual conditions? Suppose you are using a bike and that bike is moving on a normal surface with having 0 gradient, then that condition is different. When we are using an uphill side, that condition is different, and we are going to the downhill side, that condition is different. Suppose you are driving your vehicle on some Ladakh region, that condition is different, and if you are driving that vehicle in some another area in your Chennai, that condition is different. So, weather conditions also play a very important role for the carburation, and also if you are able to achieve, let you want to use more power of that engine, then you need more fuel, and that condition is different. That condition, according to that condition, you need different types of carburation. And suppose there is speed is variation is very high, then that condition is different. Means you are want to accelerate your bike, like you are driving your vehicle 80 kilometer per hour and suddenly you want to achieve the speed of 100 kilometer per hour. So, you will accelerate your vehicle. So, you are accelerating that. So, all these variables are counted for carburation. So, carburation is metering correct amount of fuel with respect to all speeds and loads and all the your operating conditions. So, what is happening in SI engine, you all know that we have discussed in last 2 units, that is very the working principle of SI engine. So, this is induction system showing typical pressures at the start of intake stroke under idling condition. So, idling means just when you are driving your vehicle, just you start your vehicle and after that power is less, than that is called idling. So, very part load condition called idling. So, here this is the carburetor, simple carburetor. What carburetor is a area where this fuel which is coming from some space, some fuel tank and air which is sucked from the surrounding, and they are mixed here as per your operating conditions. Here the mixture is prepared in correct amount, and this is the throttle which is controlled by the vehicle owner or driver. So, you can vary that opening of this the throttle. So, here the induction stroke, here the pressure is less than, atmospheric, and this is the combustion chamber, cylinder, piston, these are the exhaust valve. Let your exhaust is at 1.03 bar and this is the intake valve. So, these all are the schematic about how the carburation is achieved. So, you are in carburation is achieved, that device where you achieve this carburation is called carburetor. So, carburation is metering correct amount of fuel with respect to all speeds and loads or according to your operating condition. So, what happens in the carburation? Atomization of the fuel, and then After atomization, there are some very small size of droplets are there and they are vaporized and mixed with the air. So, these atomization, metering and mixing or preparation and preparation of a homogeneous mixture is called carburation. So, why we are talking about homogeneous? Because homogeneous means the that mixture is homogeneous means phi equivalence ratio is constant. So, it provides the homogeneous mixture. This process of carburation depends upon following factors. That factors are the time available for the preparation of the mixture or the engine speed. So, this it is related to the engine speed, because if the engine speed is very high, there the time for mixing is very less, preparation is less, very less time. Then the temperature of the incoming air of the intake manifold, because air is coming and that air is coming from the weather conditions. Let this the air temperature is about 40 degrees Celsius, the preparation of the mixture will take less time, and let if it is in a very hilly area you are driving your vehicle, the temperature will be very less, density of that air is high. So, that mixing creates some problem. So, it takes time. So, the temperature of the incoming air of the intake manifold. Third is the quality of the fuel. If you use high octane fuel or good quality fuel, it gets vaporized and mixed easily with the air molecules. So, quality of the fuel is play very important role for the carburation, and the design of the induction system and combustion chamber is very important, because designing and the combustion chamber designed it decide that area pressure is here, because induction pressure should be below atmospheric. So, the designing of the induction system and combustion chamber design is also affects the carburation. Now, the air fuel mixture requirements. So, you can see from this diagram that that is indicated by this diagram, that there are 3 general ranges of throttle operation. Throttle you means opening for the fuel which is coming into the combustion, throttling of the fuel air mixture which is coming into the combustion chamber. So, throttle opening decide whether the fuel is used for normal condition or for idling condition or for high power range. So, according to that we divide our operation into 3, we demand from the our demand from carburetor is to provide 3 types of, to satisfy 3 types of conditions. First is idling. Idling is mixture must be enriched, means idling means partial load condition. Suppose that engine is having a X rated power, then 20% of X rated power when the engine is operated on the 20% of the X rated power, that condition is known as idling, and during the idling we need rich mixture. Why we need rich mixture? Because in the starting there is very difficult, the temperature of the combustion chamber, induction system, carburetor is very less, that is why the preparation of air fuel mixture takes some time. So, we need more fuel. So, more fuel will vaporized in a larger quantity and it will be easy to start the combustion. So, idling is the first demand, which is from 0 to 20%. Then cruising is the mixture at the cruising condition, means you are driving your vehicle in the range of 20 to 75% of the rated power, that range called normal range or cruising range. And third is when you driving your vehicle at very high power enriched, that is 75 to 100% of the rated power, that is demand called high power demand. And also at high power, suppose you need more power, you need, from where it comes, high power from where it comes, you need more fuel. So, also mixture must be enriched for this high power demand. So, you can see from this diagram that these are the throttle percentage, that 0 to 50 and 100% throttle open, and 0 is needed when the when the vehicle is in the stop condition, and when you when you open your throttle, then what happens, you when you open the throttle, you air fuel ratio is reduces, or fuel air ratio is increased, because we need enriched mixture. Then for this it remains constant, for this, or for the purpose of best economy it remains constant. And another, if you open the more throttle opening, then the air fuel mixture is increased. So, for this is for best power range, and this is for best economy range, and this is dotted line shows the multi cylinder, and dark line shows the single cylinder types. So, mixture requirements at different loads and speeds. We know that we to start combustion, the equivalence ratio should be 0.5 to 2.1. We have discussed in last units that what is equivalence ratio. Equivalence ratio is nothing but fuel air ratio actual to the fuel air ratio stoichiometric. So, the carburetor should be able to provide the mixture in this range 0.5 to 2.1, because if if mixture is not in this range, it will not able to start, it will not able to combust it. Now, the principle of carburation, it simply depends, carburetor work on the principle of Bernoulli principle, and you can see this is like this, the air movement here you can see like Venturi type. So, when the air comes in this narrow region called throat area, this area is called throat. So, is throat, the velocity is maximum, and there will be pressure will be very less, and depending upon the velocity of the air and engine RPM. So, that called the pressure difference between this and this area is called carburetor depression. So, that carburation depression is required for the proper functioning of the your carburetor. So, this is the working of simple carburetor. These are, you can see, a simple carburetor suffer from a fundamental fault, in that it provides increasing richness as the engine speed and air flow increases. With full throttle, because the density of air tends to decrease as the rate of air flow increases. So, you can see from this diagram how the simple carburetor works. So, here the float chamber, it is open to the atmosphere, it is connected to the some fuel tank strainer which filter the fuel from the fuel tank, and it enters with the help of this orifice. This is air is coming from here, and it is this throttle valve, this is Venturi area, this is the part where the fuel is coming out, and when this level goes down, when the fuel level goes down, suddenly this comes down and more fuel is entered to maintain the constant level of the float chamber. So, we can discuss the working of simple carburetor with the help of this diagram. So, the simple carburetor is only that carburetor which provides two lean which provides your fuel air mixture for limited condition. So, it is very simplest one, because we have discussed in the starting of this lecture that we need carburation for different operating conditions. So, simple carburetor is for only that condition where the RPMs are very normal, they are not suitable for variable speed of the engine. And here this you can see here the pressure difference, here the pressure, this is the tip of the nozzle, and the pressure difference at this point and this point is known as carburetor depression. So, at high engine speeds, if the engine speed is high, the vacuum at the throat is high, and hence we got too rich mixture, because if engine speed is high, it will this here the air movement will be high, and if the air movement is high, here the velocity will be very high and pressure will be lesser. As speed increases, pressure becomes lesser, means more vacuum is there, and if there is more vacuum, more carburetor depression, so more fuel will come from here. So, more if you air supply is constant, but if you are injecting more fuel into that, that is called richening of the mixture. So, these are the essential parts of a carburetor. Strainer, and before that a carburetor consists essentially of the following parts. These are the fuel strainer, second is float chamber, third is main fuel metering and idling nozzles, choke and throttle. The pressure at the throat at the fully open throttle condition lies between 4 to 5 centimeter mercury below atmospheric. Second one, to avoid wastage of fuel, the level of the liquid of the jet is adjusted by the float chamber needle valve. Means this valve should be some distance above this throat. Let if it is the minimum area throat, then that tip should be somewhat higher at higher height at jet, because if it is not here, then what will happen, the float chamber needle will open and the fuel will be injected here. So, to avoid wastage of fuel, the level of the liquid in the jet is adjusted by the float chamber needle valve. So, first essential component is strainer, then you can see the second essential component is float chamber, and it is constant float chamber type. So, you can see here, and the third one is main metering and idling system. The dark line shows the main metering and idling system, and these are the components of these main metering and idling systems are idling air bleed, idling air resistance, idling tube, main fuel metering orifice, this is the main metering orifice, idling adjustment, and this is venturi main discharge nozzle. And the last one is choke and the throttle, choke and the throttle. So, this part called choke valve and this part called throttle valve. So, throttle valve govern the, it is because this is a quantity governed type SI engine. So, it govern the fuel air mixture into the combustion chamber, and choke govern the supply of air from the surrounding, and the mixing takes place here for simple carburetor. So, this was all about the working principle of carburation, how this simple carburetor works, and its essential, these are the only essential parts and for the simple carburetor. But in actual practice these components are more as compared to simple carburetors, because in actual conditions are different from the practical one. This is the types of carburetor, 3 types of carburetors are available: up draught, down draught carburetor, cross draught carburetor. You can see from here, if up draught means air is coming in the upward direction, fuel is in upward direction, that up draught, and if fuel is downward direction, then down draught, and then cross direction, that is called cross draught. So, as per the mixture, how the mixture of fuel, how they are mating to each other, it depends on that. These are the different types of carburetors. Now, the theory of simple carburetor. So, how this is the simple carburetor. So, you can see this is a float chamber here, this is valve is closed and fuel is coming from here, this is height Z height above, then this this Z is height, the height of the nozzle tip above the throat area. So, this is air is coming and this part is going to the combustion chamber. Let the throat diameter is capital D, we measure pressure at P2, P2 is the nozzle tip, and P1 temperature is also measured. For P1 is for fuel is different point and P1 for air is different point. So, let the height of the fuel nozzle tip be Z meter higher than the float chamber level. This means that the petrol surface is below top of the jet by Z meter. It is provided to prevent spilling of the petrol when vehicle is stationary. We have discussed this. So, the analysis of the simple carburetor is of 2 types. First is approximate analysis, where we assume that density of air, which is compressible fluid. So, in this analysis we assume that density of air remains constant. In exact analysis, because it is actual analysis, here the compressibility of air will be taken into account. So, you can see the principle of simple carburetor. With the help of principle of simple carburetor, we first approximate analysis. So, we will apply the, because it work upon the principle of Bernoulli's principle. So, we will apply the Bernoulli equation here. So, how this Bernoulli equation? So, we assuming initial velocity of air to be 0, density of it is because initial velocity is can never be 0, but it is let this point is 1 for air, this point is 1 for air. So, here the velocity C1, let velocity is C1, pressure B1. So, this C1 and velocity of air at this throat area, let that is C2. So, C1 is never 0, but C1 is tending is as compared to C2, C1 is very less, that is why we ignore this value of C1. So, we will apply the Bernoulli's equation, and here density of air we will take constant, and considering sections at entrance, this is the entrance for air, and venturi throat, and applying Bernoulli theorem, we get here P1 upon rho A g equal to P2 upon rho A g plus C2 square upon 2 g, g will be cancelled out from all the sides. So, P1 upon rho A, P2 upon rho A plus C2 square upon 2. So, here C2 is the velocity of air at the throat area. So, where P1 and P2 are pressures in Newton per meter squared section 1 and 2 respectively. C2 in the is the velocity at at point 2, which is called throat area in meter per second, and rho A is the density of air in kg per meter cube. So, from this equation, let this equation is equation 1. So, from this equation you can easily evaluate C2 is equal to under root of 2 P1 minus P2 upon rho A. Let this is equation second. Now, mass of air per second, mass flow of air in kg per second. So, it is from Bernoulli's continuity equation, it is calculated as A2 into C2 into rho A, means A2 is the area at the throat, which is pi by 4 d square, d is the area of the throat. So, A is pi by 4 d square, where d is the throat area, which is the least area for the passage of the air. So, M is equal to A2 C2 rho A, A2 and we will put from equation 1, let this equation is equation 3. From equation 1 from equation 2, we will put the value of C2 here, and this equation will become equation 3, M is equal to A2 under root of 2 rho A P1 minus P2, where A2 is the area of the venturi throat in meter square. Similarly, for this is the flow of, because what is happening in carburetor, air is flowing from here, from surrounding to this side, and fuel is flowing in from this orifice, from this float chamber, and they are mixed near the area of throat. So, we have applied here the Bernoulli equation for air. Why we apply Bernoulli equation? Because we have taken that density of air is constant. So, we have applied that. So, with the help of that we are able to have the mass flow rate of air. Now, similarly, for the flow of fuel we will apply the Bernoulli equation, again we will apply the Bernoulli equation. So, here P1 upon rho f, P1 is somewhere here at the level of that float chamber, P1 upon rho f equal to P2 upon rho f plus Cf square upon 2 plus Zg. This one is the this is the Z, this is Z. So, ZG we have applied that Bernoulli equation. From here Cf is the velocity of the fuel which is coming out from this orifice nozzle. So, Cf you algebraically you rearrange the variables. So, Cf comes out, Cf is equal to under root 2 P1 minus P2 minus Zg rho f upon rho f. So, from here note that due to petrol surface being lower than the top of the jet by Z meter, the pressure difference becomes P1 minus P2 Zg rho f instead of P1 minus P2. If Z will be 0, we will ignore this term, but I am taking Z. Why Z? Because to prevent spilling of petrol when vehicle is stationary. So, Cf comes out here. Similarly, just like for air, now we will evaluate mass flow rate of air, because what we are getting from carburetor, we are getting air fuel mixture. The purpose of carburetor is to provide the air fuel mixture as per your operating conditions. So, we evaluated mass flow rate of air, now we will evaluate mass flow rate of fuel. So, for mass flow rate of fuel, that is m dot f, this equation is 4. Now, the m dot f by continuity equation AF Cf into rho f, it comes out AF under root 2 rho f P1 minus P2 Zg rho f, where AF is the cross sectional area of the fuel nozzle, means this part, area of this part. If dF is the fuel nozzle, then it is pi by 4 dF square, and this comes out equation m dot f upon A, we divide these previous equations. So, if you arrange these equations, so it comes out taking the coefficient, because this is for actual condition, not this is for theoretical condition. For actual condition we will multiply coefficient of discharge for orifice as well as coefficient discharge for throttle. So, the actual air fuel air ratio comes out here. If Z is 0, then it is comes out m dot f upon m dot s equal to CDF into AF upon AF into rho f upon rho u. So, these are the comments of the air fuel ratio supplied by the simple carburetor, that C2 comes out from the equation is like this from equation. Second comment, at higher air flows when P1 minus P2 becomes large compared to Zg rho f term, which is in the earlier equation, the fraction, this fraction becomes negligible. So, so the fuel air ratio approaches this much amount. And the third one is a reduction in the density of air reduces the value of air fuel ratio, that is the mixture becomes richer. It happens at high air flows when P1 minus P2 is large. From these equations you can see easily that when P1 minus P2 is large, then C2 is large and rho 2 becomes small. Next point, at high altitude when the density of air is small, because we know that when we go upside the density is reduces. So, it is not density compensation should be also there, device should be. So, this was the approximate analysis of the carburetor which provides you the air fuel mixture. In the next lecture we will see the exact analysis. So, this was all about for this lecture. Thank you everyone.